Oh, you're just going for it.
Sweet. Are they coming off?
Yeah, they're going to come off.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you going to...
This one's got most of the goo coming with it.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's so gooey.
Yeah, it's just
Like, that's not really a concern.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Hacksaw, and this is my friend Sam. This is a bit unscripted, really. We just
Straight into it.
Started just taking the tank pads off. As you remember from really early on in the trip, actually, the heat affected the glue under these pads, and they just started slipping slowly down the bike. And you can kind of measure how far through the trip I got through how low down the bike the tank pads got. But yeah, they're basically completely screwed. So we're just going to take them off before we do anything else. Anyway, so the plan today, I got back yesterday from the trip, and I'm feeling all right. Feel like I could do with another couple of days of good sleep, but we'll see how we go.
It's going to kick in on about day 3, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think getting off the bike and not biking for a few days will actually hurt more than just being, just having to bike every day.
Resting is not going to help.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't get a hangover if you continually drink.
Indeed, yeah, hair of the dog and all that. So basically, my hair of the dog for biking really is giving the bike a good clean. So that's the plan today. So the first thing is these have to come off because they have basically just left lots of goo and things on the tank. So Sam, you're much more experienced with motorbikes than I am, right? So you've been biking for many years.
I got my first bike at, I want to say 14.
Right, yep.
Got a pit bike, saved up with my paper round money.
Nice, very good.
That was, I'm pretty sure it was like 350 quid.
Okay.
Back then.
What, for your bike?
Yeah, like
that's good.
Proper
yeah.
Chinese little pit bike thing.
Yeah.
Put it in the back of the car. Would go down an old disused rugby field, and my dad would sort of watch us run around and spin around on that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Was your dad a motorbiker as well?
Massively.
At that point? Yeah.
I want to say he's had 30.
So you already, you were going to get the bike.
It was going to happen. It was inevitable. Yeah, had a bit of everything from supermotos, sports bikes, Taurus, sports Taurus, dirt bikes, all the way up from 250s to now the biggest one I've got is a 1300. So
yeah. What's your current bike?
A KTM Super Adventure S.
Which is a beautiful big black and orange thing, right?
She a beast. Yeah, so hopefully me and Robin, who is my wife, we're going to get out and do some more sort of longer tours and do some bit of adventures. Yeah. I mean, the last bike was an Aprilia Dosadoro, and anyone who's owned an Aprilia knows that Italian bikes do what Italian bikes want to do whenever they want to do.
Right, yeah.
So hopefully this time round I'll have something a bit more reliable, brand new, sort of with warranty and all that. So
yeah,
today we'll make your bike look pretty.
Yes,
after its well-deserved many-mile run.
I was quite embarrassed really, because when I washed the bike before I left, I think I had about an hour to do it before the rain came in, because it was about to rain that day.
I popped around your house and saw Laura, and I mentioned the wheels. And then she totally agreed with me at the same time. And I was like, I get you're about to go and do a bunch of miles, but also I was like, those wheels are gorgeous and blue, and they were not.
They were not blue, no. And they definitely aren't blue today. They are very black, especially this back wheel, which when I was out, I managed to give it a wash about a week and a half ago. I think it was in Sweden. It might have been in Stockholm.
Yeah, I saw.
And I sort of gave it a sort of quick blitz through. The front wheel got much more attention than the back, actually, and you can see that, like, it is a little bit more blue. That
also hurt me in that video, because not only do you use that brush, fair play, and you used it on your wheels.
Yeah.
And you also used it on the paintwork.
I did, yeah. But the problem is you don't have much of an option.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you kind of have to just use what you got. But yeah, you're right.
Still didn't mean I didn't cringe.
I know, I'm sorry. Okay, so what's the plan? What are we going to do?
We will give it a little rinse to start off with, just get rid of any loose stuff. This is really sticky. Get rid of the goo. Give it a little going over on the wheels, mostly just to get rid of the loose stuff. We'll give it a citrus pre-wash. Let that sit, get that off. Do a snow foam, sort of try and get in on the little nooks and crannies. Mm-hmm. Get that off, then do a contact clean by hand, basically. Ideally, you want as much off it as physically possible before you rub anything into it.
Yep.
Get that off, then we'll go over with sort of like a finisher, sort of try and help protect it, and any other little bits. I've got some sort of polishy quick dealer sort of scenario we can go over.
Okay.
And then I've also brought some ACF 50. Yeah, then we'll probably lube up the chain.
Would you say we should clean the chain first before we do the rest of the bike, or how do you normally do it?
I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, yours is fairly grim as such. Yeah, it depends how intense you want to go cleaning the chain. If you want to give it a good scrub, then somewhat first.
We'll do it first, yeah.
Yeah. I've got a few favourite products, no affiliations or anything like that, but they're definitely sort of ones that I like.
All right, let's get started.
We'll make something happen.
Chain's been scrubbed.
It has been scrubber-dubbed.
Time for rinsing?
Yeah, basically just a quick one, loose, get off any loose stuff,
Yeah.
like under their personal preference at the end of the day. But yeah, I tend to blast the loose stuff off, and sort of how grim it really is.
I mean, it's just done 4,500.
4,500.
So yeah, probably could do with a little bit of loosening. It's quite funny how the difference is quite stark there. So you can see that there's a really good shine already coming up there.
Bubbles.
The difference of the back wheels. It's still really black in the middle. But you know, that's what we're doing.
This is a little present I bought for you. This is Forced from Stun and Gloss. Citrus pre-wash cleaner, and yeah, use it on the cars, bikes. It's magic.
And the pre-cleaner is meant to do what? So it loosens up.
It takes off much of the nasty grime as such before having to sort of do a contact wash. Okay. I tend to use it on the nasty bits. You don't really need to use it on stuff like this because it's already clean. Yeah. Certainly on the front ones, because that's brake dust and whatnot. I mean, obviously you've got proper wheel cleaners you can get, sort of the reactive ones that sort of go red when they react with iron from brake dust sort of particles.
Oh, so you can see where the brake dust is?
Yeah, literally they sort of bleed.
Oh, wow.
It's really quite fun to do.
Is there a real difference between using something like a proper wheel cleaner and just something like this or a standard cleaner?
It's the same as like iron out. It will pull out literally any sort of iron sort of filings and dust particles.
Yeah.
This I find is actually really good still. I do have a coating on my wheels which does make life easier, whereas Robin's car hasn't got that, so this isn't as effective. So then a proper wheel cleaner does help.
So is that ceramic coating that you've got?
Yeah, I got my wheels and the paint ceramic coated.
Okay.
Which makes life infinitely easier.
That's really interesting, because I think this is an upsell for a lot of people on bikes and cars where they're told to get ceramic protection, and you know it prevents scratches and things like that.
It doesn't really prevent scratches.
Okay.
That's more of like a, as they call it, PPF sort of clear vinyl. But I mean, it's mostly there to, if you imagine supposedly your paint is flat, but it's actually like peaks and troughs.
Right.
So it's not flat on a microscopic surface, or sort of level. But if you ceramic coat it, it fills up all those little gaps. So now it actually is a smooth surface. So when you put water and dirt on it, it can't cling into those tiny little gaps.
So it actually does help.
It just falls off. Yeah. I get it done by sort of a Norfolk chap, Fine Cut Detailing.
Okay.
Little plug for him on the off chance. He's a really good chap.
Fine Cut Detailing.
Yeah, he's looked after us a couple of times, or a few times now.
Yeah.
And has gone above and beyond each time. I've certainly the last car I've given him, it's a little Sirocco. It's got 100,000 miles on the clock, and the paint is beat. And yeah, he buffed the hell out of it, and he's absolutely brilliant. He's done paint correction on a couple of our cars. Even cars that come out the factory new, they've got swirl marks on them, and he gets them to a mirror finish.
Wow.
Yeah, Fine Cut Detailing.
There you go.
He's always been really busy.
Yeah, well, you can see why.
Yeah, I can recommend him.
Okay, so we are going through...
Squirt you. You'll get used to eating half of this.
It's a good job it tastes nice, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, we need to clean the back of your number plate as well.
Oh yeah,
that's something I always forget. I don't know why they make them white. If they were black, it would be so much nicer. Yeah, get a bit of degreaser on that as well.
And is the idea that you just leave this to sort of work its magic, or
A
what
couple
do
of
you
minutes
do?
is enough.
Okay.
Generally speaking, I like just making sure. It's a bit harder on a bike than a car because obviously it's not a flat surface.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just making sure I don't miss anything. As soon as you hit it with a jet wash, you'll know any parts that are missed. But also, considering how grimy this is, like that is coming off. Oh my, that is so thick, Tom. That is so thick. Like,
So you can actually see the difference there on the two sides. This side, very, very black. And then if you come around to this side, it's already going blue. So yeah, that is because of the chain lube, which finds its way onto the wheel. That obviously collects all of that grime.
I find this stuff's actually pretty good for bugs as well, because we've used Muck Off's bug and tar remover. As far as I'm concerned, it's basically water.
Oh really?
I can't. Yeah, I like Muck Off's products, but it does less for bugs than this does.
Wow.
And this isn't a bug cleaner. If you read the instructions, it says to clean your bike first.
Okay.
Which kind of defeats the point.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get the bugs off. Why would I clean the bugs off first before using it?
Yeah.
But already that is a satisfying.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I should have ASMR'd that.
And that's before using a brush.
Yeah, I mean, we've not touched it. I'm
But
absolutely.
as a quick cheat, if you'd done that before you went out,
Oh, it'd still be blue.
yeah, in comparison to snow foam,
Yeah.
snow foam is for Instagram. That's what they say.
Yeah, right.
It looks good, but does squat. Because the idea is, certainly with paintwork, is you want to touch it as little as possible.
Right.
Like, so this is a non-contact clean.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get your sponge out or your mitt, you're not dragging
very
dirt
light.
around. You're just sort of taking the last bits that you couldn't get in the corners and stuff like that.
Right. So, I mean, you look at this exhaust hit because you can really see the difference in colour. So that's the exhaust underneath, which is pretty brown now from the rust. Which, I mean, the exhausts are not made from the same metal, right?
I mean, sometimes they're mild steel, sometimes they're stainless steel. That looks like stainless, but obviously there's different qualities of steel, and they will eventually rust because they're heat cycled.
Yeah. And
there's things you can do to sort of take care of them, but even if you try and coat it with something, as soon as it gets hot,
the
it sort of burns off anyway. So stuff like ACF 50 is brilliant for bare steel, but also as soon as it gets hot, it kind of disappears.
Yeah. So you always find that this is what happens to the bottom of bikes, is that the exhaust and everything goes very brown and red very quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, you've got to really sort of keep on top of them, sort of look after it, or you can go down the titanium route and yay, pretty, very pretty,
very expensive.
Yeah, but yeah, it's another option, but it's one of those things you just got to look after everything.
Oh,
What?
that doesn't normally happen.
You need a bit of power there, Tom.
Yeah.
Bit of encouragement.
It's good.
It's all right, Tom. I've turned you on. Now you can do it. necessarily reapply, but check out your brake levers, because obviously there's a bit of grease in between there.
Okay.
And last thing you want to do is remove that.
Right.
So we'll have a look, and if it's completely dry, then you can sort of apply some more and then just sort of give it a squeeze.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these top bits aren't exactly mad dirty. That's something that we should have probably done, is cover up your little USB.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice and soapy now, won't it? And,
Yeah, I mean, it's not as if you can get much more rusty.
No, true. It's pretty bad. No, most of it's actually not bad.
No, but also when you get sort of around like bits like quick shifter component, like, what have you got there? What is that? Oh, it's going to be a suspension sensor. Yeah, stuff like that. You don't necessarily want to be jabbing at it with a big mitt.
Right.
So at least this is a little bit more delicate, but you can still kind of clean them.
Yeah.
But that is the sort of prime example of something we'll put ACF 50 on, because you've got a bare nut.
Yeah.
Although it's galvanized, and like this bit we can put ACF 50 on there. I mean, I'll put it on the whole engine. So it's a stainless clip, but the thread, it's already rusted there. So a bit of ACF 50 would have prevented that, but at least a bit on it now.
Yeah, we'll stop it getting worse.
It'll stop it getting that much more worse. So yeah, all of these exposed, they're all galvanized, but they're starting to sort of corrode a little bit. They've got a bit of oxidization on them. So ACF 50 help that.
Right.
Like springs, like it's all stuff that, yeah, just a wipe over of ACF and it'll all help things. Keep spraying water on it, just keep it so it's constantly wet before you can get around to drying it properly.
Yeah.
But I'll give it one little.
That's a good tip. So always keep it wet while you're washing. That's what she said. Oh,
wetter is better. So this is a degreaser.
Okay.
Just a jizzer, and it's covered in stickers, but it is called jizzer.
Okay.
So you can jizz
it.
Yeah, the sort of stickers are covering it. Kind of like brake cleaner, but yes, a degreaser. And it cuts through chain lube like no tomorrow. But this stuff's also water soluble as well, so you can just rinse it off the water. If you're worried about, oh, it's going to hurt the paint or something like that.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue on powder coated wheels.
Yeah. Just rinses off.
Yeah, and then I just make sure I clean it off nicely and then sort of soap up afterwards to make sure it's all definitely gone. But so I've used it for many years and never had issues with paint or anything. So pressure washers have got a little valve inside them. It's under pressure, obviously, because pressure. What you want to do if you're going to leave it turned off for any more than a few minutes is ideally turn it off and just drop the pressure.
It takes that pressure off the valve.
Yeah, that little valve in there will then last longer. And coming from a previous job, having warranty work on pressure washers, that will help make it last a bit longer.
There you go.
Give it a wet over and then hand wash.
So we're going to do the 2-bucket method. So we've got bucket of suds, bucket of non-suds. Start with the suds.
And we'll work away top down, cleanest to a theory dirtiest.
Yeah.
Suds on, clean the mitt off in the dirty bucket.
Yeah.
And then repeat.
Cool.
How many speeds did you get on an autobahn? How many speeds?
I tell you what, so the autobahn is terrifying because no matter how fast you go,
oh, there's always someone faster.
There's someone faster. And so I must admit, I am not one for speed. So I 150 kilometers per hour was
What's that, 80? 90? No, it's more than
100 and something. 101, 105,
Yeah.
something like that. Was my max. And I didn't, maybe just under
Happy
100.
at that point.
But I was like, oh, this is enough for me.
Yeah.
And there were cars blasting past me at quite a hefty pace.
You see videos of people and they're clocked out at 300 kilometers an hour.
Oh yeah. Very
in their
easily.
Audi or whatever it being. an RS something, and they're getting someone behind them flashing them to move out the way.
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry, what?
Very, very, like all the time you will see cars coming up behind you at definitely 200, 220 kilometers per hour, which is crazy speed, really. It's a surprise that they don't have more accidents. Because,
I guess if they're aware of everyone doing it, it's kind of okay.
well, the thing is, the roads are wider. Everyone's sort of expecting it. They are, you know, flashing people to get out of the way and all that stuff, which, you know, much as you might disagree with it, and I definitely do, I think if someone flashes me, I'm less likely to get out of the way, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, everyone sort of understands that is the way it goes. So, you know, it is what it is. But I didn't enjoy that, I must admit. Okay, so now we're keeping it wet.
I've got a new toy
Oh,
that I, because
a hairdryer for a bike.
I've got one of these. Just try and get the nooks and crannies. Because some of these bits are just hard to get to. Glat.
And what is glat?
So it's going to help dry it.
Okay.
And hopefully give a light protective layer over it as well.
Ah, excellent.
Well, this is more for paintwork, plastics, glass and stuff.
Yeah.
Almost like a,
Oh, it smells nice.
yeah, almost like a cheap equivalent of a very short-term use ceramic coating.
Right.
I mean, we'll sort of see it in action, hopefully in a moment. Obviously, you don't really want it on anything brake surface-wise.
Yeah.
So be particularly careful. But I do find it does help keep the bike sort of cleaner for longer.
And it literally is just a spray on and leave job.
Leave it for moments and then just wash it off.
Okay.
By accident once before, I have got ACF 50 on a disc before. And yeah, brakes don't work.
Uh-oh.
And the ABS didn't work either, because as far as it was concerned, there was no skidding. Because the brake just wasn't working.
Right.
And it was the teeniest amount. I swear I was so careful. Yeah, this one's not as bad, but ACF is designed as an actual like lubricant as such.
Yeah.
So pressure wash it off.
So pressure wash.
And I'll use this low pressure water just to see the effect as such.
Okay. It's pretty good, that. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
And then within reason, dry.
No way.
Because the water's literally
No,
can't get stuck.
That is incredible. That is actually dry. I'll bring the camera up. So you can literally see here, I mean, obviously there's parts where, you know, we just did a quick spray, but that there is completely bone dry instantly, even though...
Drying with water.
Drying it with, yeah, with water. Oh, that's insane. Look at that. That's incredible.
And then, yeah, I think I'll use the little blowy boy to sort of get the bits that are easily missed. Does that one pop off as well, or is that a...
I've never taken that one off, but I thought it might, but no.
Or has it got a...
No, it looks like it should. Does that come off?
Or is it... Is that a switch? Something you... Just wonder if there's a separate...
I don't know. Well, it looks like that.
Does it go both ways? Because those keys sometimes go two ways. No?
No. It looks like that's a catch, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I imagine it to be a button. Ooh.
What you found?
What is this? What is this on my hand is on? That feels like a trigger.
No, it's just a bit of plastic.
Oh, oh. It wobbled as it. Oh, is that a button? How do seat come off?
Huh.
So many nooks.
Yeah. See, we've missed a trick with this, right? Because for YouTube, what we should have done was done this topless.
I did say there needs to be a moment where I accidentally just go mad with a snow foam.
We spray each other with the hoses in slow motion.
Think of the views!
I think this might be one of the hardest things about owning this bike is getting it on the bloody centre stand. Put your foot in, you push down while lifting up at the back. Helps if you're not being attacked by a bee. Oh, nearly there. Come on. Okay, so like so, because then it's on both feet.
Yeah.
And then I
power through your leg. That's it.
Oh, there we go.
That was all you.
First time!
Thank you, Robin. I have a feeling maybe it was the weight I was struggling with, and also the fact that I've been riding for quite a few
It certainly
hours
won't
before.
help.
You can see in that video as well, I got to the point where I was almost there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going up.
And yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't get off of that, over that rocking point.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get there.
That's doing that. Yes.
There you go.
Lovely. Lovely, darling.
Easy when you know how. ACF 50.
Aircraft formula.
Aircraft formula.
If it's good enough for planes, it's good enough for your bike.
Is that actually what it...
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realise that's what it stood for.
I mean, it's literally got aircraft on it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, if it's exposed metal, give it a wipe over. Won't hurt.
And
Protect all the things.
And you've been going over things like the nuts and bolts at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean yours are pretty good on the top. A few of them on the bottom are getting a little bit sort of corrody. So yeah, just a little wipe over just helps protect them. Any sort of further things, sort of little details. So WD-40 now do a bunch of like specialised stuff, which is a bit more, is a bit better. But yeah, WD-40 water repellent is good, but it doesn't stick around for long. Whereas this stays on as my hand is dictating. So yeah, nice. No, yeah, WD-40 has its uses, but not on a bike. Okay, for me. We need to lube your chain, and we'll turn it on.
Now you'll notice that I didn't bother blocking anything between this and the brakes, but no, I've never actually had a problem with it, and the brakes are fine as long as you test them and make sure that they're okay. I mean, obviously I would recommend that you do cover them and that you're not as stupid and lazy as I am. Lubing the chain, we are using cardboard.
We're doing cardboard time this time.
Because I didn't use this last time and I got told off by Sam.
You can do it fast.
Yeah. So you can see where the lubrication is.
So it comes up brighter, doesn't it?
Shiny, yeah.
Shine it on the wheel.
You can actually see. Oh, there you go, speckles. You can see the speckles on the tyre.
Intriguing.
But you don't see. And you can also check your brakes to make sure that you haven't got it on your brakes.
Luby.
It's good, isn't it? Is brake cleaner worth it?
Yeah, brake cleaner is pennies.
Okay.
Yeah, brake cleaner is always handy to have. This is to degrease it, do the same thing, but this costs more. So whereas this is like £6 a tin, equivalent brake cleaner is probably going to be like £2.
Okay, so it is actually worth getting some brake cleaner. And
degreaser does a few more jobs, but brake cleaner does a lot of them.
Okay, so I think we're done. It's looking pretty awesome. I can't believe how blue those wheels are.
They're very pretty. They deserve to be clean.
Are you happy?
Very happy.
With the work?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things you can keep going. There's a few little bits, like we put some T-cut on your tank or something, because you've got a few little blemishy bits.
Yeah, there's a few mileage-related scrapes here and there.
But equally so, it's one of those things, it's going to get ridden a lot more all of a sudden, so it's like, oh great, it's dirty again. Yeah. But it's satisfying to sort of give it a good reset. Thank you very much for coming and showing me how to clean the bike properly. I hope that has... I like cleaning nice things. Well, indeed. And this is a very nice thing. Exactly. I do want to keep it nice and tidy. So deserves to be pretty. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this has given you a few tips and ideas on how to keep your bike clean as well. If you did like it, then hit like. Subscribe if you're not already. It'd be really nice to have you along, and make sure that you comment as well and tell me, you know, a little bit about your bikes, how you like to keep them clean, and all the things I've done wrong. All the things that Sam, specifically Sam, did wrong. Yeah, please leave a comment and let us know, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Bloop bloop. Bloop bloop bloop. Whoop, whoop. Yeah! He's a sticky boy. There, that's the name of the video. I did me some done cleaning that day. Shiny bike.
We know you don't want to be in the YouTubes.
Rude.
Unless you do want to be in the. We'll put that in the outtakes.